Yo, what's up, Boom? Welcome in, brother. I'm about to take a trade soon, I think. Trying to look for a short. Trade right now. You bearish too, yeah. How was your day? You had surgery. What? What happened? Glad you're all right. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have surgery, but it's going pretty good. Oh, wisdom tooth. Okay. Yeah, I think I was supposed to get my wisdom tooth pulled out a while back, but something happened with my insurance, so I gotta redo that. So yeah, I should probably do that. It does, my teeth don't hurt, but we'll see. Oh, okay, so we're just gonna reverse like that. Okay. Is your mouth pretty numb right now? Or not numb, probably hurts or what? I'm sure they gave you like medicine and stuff, but I don't know. I'm sure it still hurts. Yeah, so okay, well, this one's a loss. I don't know if it's because we swept this low and we might reverse right now or what, but I don't know if I still like shorts. Let's see. Evaluate. Yeah, we in a 4-hour bearish. Yeah. Huge SMT at the lows. Let's see. Yeah, that's true. ES is super bullish though. If you look at ES, we do not want to sell off on ES. It looked like a good trade at the time. I think it still is a pretty decent trade, but wasn't able to get a good follow through, I guess. What have you been eating since you got your wisdom tooth pulled out, brother? Probably just soup and stuff, right? I'm sure you can't even eat like normal food, right? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. We are in a 4-hour bullish gap right now. Okay, it's all good. Probably we'll try to see if we could take another trade. ideally on the higher time frame, because this is the 4 hour that I'm looking at right now, right? Kind of something like this plays out. I see we are in the bullish fair value gap as well. I mean, I guess the trend is probably still bullish. We're just kind of in a 4 hour gap still, so we'll kind of just have to see. Just the lower time frame is kind of giving off. But now that I think about it, I'm looking at it and I'm like, I'm kind of getting bullish vibes now. Can't lie. Although I do hope we kind of sweep like these lows maybe. But you know, we have all this liquidity here too. But like just looking at it, the structure looks like, okay, we kind of sold off right here, right? Kind of sold off, and then we're kind of like building structure back to the upside. This is kind of what I'm thinking as well. Who knows? Who knows? Only a 15-minute though. The 5-minute is definitely like kind of everywhere right now. I mean, I still really like shorts. Just the 5-minute looks clean, but still didn't get any follow through. This looks choppy, yeah. I mean, ideally we kind of just fall off a cliff, no? Go to London lows maybe, but that'll be like a 100-point drop maybe. Big ask. Yo, what up, Eddie? It looks like you use SMT in your strategy. Yeah, there's SMTs are pretty important, but I wouldn't say they're like the main thing that I use, but they're definitely used as confluence for sure. For me, it's more like identifying like a trend and then either kind of having my bias and drawn liquidity align, or because like drawn liquidity is like the immediate where's price headed to right now, right? And in this scenario, if you were to tell me like within this area where I think price where the drawn liquidity would be, it'd probably be this swing low, right? So now at this point I'm trying to like frame trades to the downside, right? That's just basically what it is. So now I'm like looking for shorts, see if I can get an entry, and I guess you could kind of find like an entry at, in, you know, maybe, oh, we inverse this 5-minute fair value gap, we close below, so you can find an entry within here and then put your stops up here somewhere and then try to take the short until this swing low gets taken. That's pretty much what my trading is. But yeah, I pretty much just use only fair value apps, so I don't really use order blocks, any of the other ICT concepts besides for like other stuff that like I don't use premium discount really. For me, I don't really mind if we're in premium or discount for a trade. So say like this swing high up here, right? Let's say we didn't take the swing high yet. Standard deviation, I actually used to use a lot of standard deviation. I haven't used it in a while. So I guess in this scenario the standard deviation projection would be this, right? And then project this out. Standard deviation 2.5 is the retrace point, right? So once you get within the 2.5, you could expect us to retrace 50% into premium discount, right? So what you could expect right now is us reaching the zone, right? And then retracing 50%, then going towards the -4, right? Is that how standard deviation works? I think it's something like that. It makes sense right now. Or, okay, oh, sorry. We already did that, right? You see on this little tap right here? You see this tap right here? We already did that. So now that we already retraced into the 2.5 right here, right? We already retraced 50%. Now I expect maybe for us to maybe head towards the -2 or -4. If you kind of have to line like whatever. Yeah, thank you, bro. You really helped me on Twitter, and you really tell me exactly what you said. Yeah, hey, no problem, brother. Yeah, so now like, yeah, standard deviation. I used to use a lot, but I haven't used it in a while. I just keep my system trading system pretty simple, as simple as possible. But yeah, the closest liquidity to -4 right now would probably be this low right here. So try to aim for that maybe as well. Try to hold to that. I did take a loss earlier on a trade, got stopped out barely, which kind of sucks. I did re-enter. I'm still holding right now. So we'll see. Once we get to this low, I'll go break even. It's just really choppy right now because ES, like if ES could fall off the cliff right now, ideally, that would be nice. But NQ's kind of just lagging, or not lagging, sorry, but it's kind of struggling to fall off because ES is so strong right now. Because if you see like the same fair value gap that we already broke on NQ, right? ES is kind of just holding right here. Now I'm back to break even pretty much, so I just chilling. Which time frame? If I have a bias on the 1 hour, honestly, the 5 minute and the 1 minute still work for me at least. If we have like a 1 hour liquidity, like so let's say that like we're looking at the 1 hour right here, right, and we see this fair value gap. And it's a bearish fair value gap. I'm like, oh, okay. If we didn't already close above it, like if we already, let's say we closed above it right here, and then we're starting to push like this, I would be bullish. But at this point that like we're in this 1 hour bearish fair value gap, we're starting to sell off already, right? I'm already kind of just leaning towards the bearish. Not only that, but like on the lower time frame, right? You look at the lower time frame on the 5 minute. I really like the 5 minute because we kind of closed below on the 5 minute right here. I'm kind of just short-term bearish maybe. That's the thing. I'm just like short-term bearish. Overall, on the higher time frame, we're probably bullish because we've just been pushing, right? We've just kind of been pushing. It's been very choppy though. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I kind of just want to see us take this low. I will say the biggest thing that helped me in my trading is probably just utilizing overnight price. That's the #1 tip that I should, I would probably give you is if you could just understand like overnight price, that'll be really helpful. Not understanding overnight price. I mean, I guess understanding overnight price, but just like seeing how we react at like Asia high or London highs and stuff like that. Because look, we sweep London high right here, right? I guess that's just like a news candle as well at the same time, right? Swept it, immediately started dumping down. If we were to kind of, what do you call it? PPI news. Okay. Yep. PPI is a pretty big one. So there you are. But yeah, if we were to like kind of, so let's say Asia high would be like this right here, right? And I saw going into the morning that we did something like this. Or sorry, let's say this is London high right here, right? And instead of just like when I first get into the market, right? Let's say we're doing something like this, right? This is when I first opened my charts at 9:30 New York, right? And we just start we just continue to push and stuff, right? I'd probably be bullish on the day, is because what that kind of tells me is we're not really respecting the London highs, right? We're kind of just we want to see higher objectives for the day, and we don't really care about the London highs. But if we were kind of like hanging around this area going into the morning, and we're doing something like this, and then we get one more sweep, and then we get like an impulse move down, I'd probably be bearish, because then I want to see us take all this liquidity to the downside before having any move to the upside at all. So like that's kind of like what it is right now. Like I'm short-term bearish because of that. Okay, so now we're getting the move I want, right? So now I'm gonna go break even on my trade and try to just let it ride. And then I might close right here. I might just close right there. There we go. Nice trade. I don't know if I closed too early, but I'm still down on the day, I'm not gonna lie. I am still down on the day. But yeah, this was my trade right here. Where did I take this? So this candle, I took it right here. So my trade was like this. Dang, I should have held. Oh well. No point. No point. Oh yeah. I'd be break even for sure by now. Fuck. Okay, so you see, you asked about standard deviation earlier, right? Let's see if we get to this -4. I think we already hit it actually. Yep, there we go. We just hit the -4 standard deviation as well. So I guess it is a good way to get a good, actually, or no, we didn't hit it quite yet. But yeah, we are dumping, bro. You see, because as soon as ES closes below, right? As soon as ES closes below, just NQ just like finally decides we're gonna fall off a cliff now. Now, like I want to re-enter, right? I'm okay taking shorts all the way till London lows, but I just want to see a retracement somehow if I could get in for target. Some people use it for entries. Yeah, some people use it for entries. There you go. I don't think this is the only way to use standard deviation. I'm sure there are like multiple ways to use standard deviation, but this is what this is. I don't know if you guys know Trader Kane, but this is his interpretation. So I just watched his videos, and this is basically what I learned from him. There's tons of ways that people use standard deviation. This is just my interpretation, I guess, of his. There's like another explanation that he gave, which was pretty wild, like crazy accurate, but I forgot how he explained it. He would just like keep drawing these like premium discount ranges, and just, I'm like, bro, what? Like, I don't know how I would explain it, huh? How would I explain it? Okay, let me see if I can explain it. I don't even know how I would explain it. That 1 RR? Yeah, it was a 1 RR trade. I think it's slightly above 1 RR. Let me see. Yeah, it literally probably exactly just barely above 1 RR. Actually, wait, no. My entry was right here. 1.5 R. If you held, so this was a 1.5 R. If I held, it would have probably been a nice. My original target was this low too, I'm not gonna lie, but I wanted to, you know, secure some profits because I'm already down on the day. How much should I risk of your account? Pretty much around 200 to 400. It kind of just depends. 200 to 400 per trade on a 50k account with 2k drawdown. Okay, so right here, right, this is how much in percent. I I guess let me see. I do the math. I guess that would just be what do you call it? 10%, I guess. It's pretty big for prop or us. I mean, in prop firms, it was a little bit in forex, right? Because forex, you'll hear people only risk like 2%, but like I feel like in the future space, you have a lot less drawdown to work with, so it's kind of normal to be within like the 10% range per trade, because then you'd have to lose 10 times in a row, right? If you're risking 200 with 2k drawdown. Oh, I forgot. That probably could have been my re-entry right here. Could have been. I don't know if I want to take it now. It's just this area, right? We swept this liquidity that I was looking at, right? And ES is kind of it's kind of chilling around here now. So like my thinking is like we completed for the most part the objective that we wanted. I don't know if we want London lows. So what I want to see minimum is there's two scenarios that I see from this, right? As we close above, right? We close above and retrace back and then just kind of headed to the upside. So I'll take a long if we kind of are able to do that, right? Because then we swept all this liquidity that I wanted, right? This is really nice. We swept all this liquidity, and if we manage to close above, what the hell? If we manage to, yeah, if we manage to close above, right, then I'd probably take a long. But if we can retrace just a little bit deeper, I mean, this is not bad. I'm just kind of scared of shorts, if that makes sense, right? It's not super clear now. I was okay taking shorts here, right? Because we had like all these targets, but now that we kind of already took those targets, I don't know if we have enough steam to go to London. Like enough follow through, if that makes sense. So I'm just kind of saying there's like two scenarios, right? Like this. I'm just more skeptical of shorts now because we already swept all that liquidity. So I mean, we can still continue to dump, but damn, bro, I really got stopped out by a tick. Wait, what? That's crazy, bro. Oh my god, I can't believe it. If I didn't get stopped out, bro, this would have been an 80-point trade, bro. This was my trade, no? I got stopped out right here by a tick. I can't believe it. Oh my god, that sucks. I didn't even realize it until now. Bro, look at my... I got stopped out so... This sucks, bro. Look at that. I got stopped out right there. Oh my god. That sucks. That's booty cheek. Okay, so now that we're pushing past still, I'm probably we could I could totally see us still selling off. ES definitely has a long ways to go, so I totally see us still selling off. It's just a matter of kind of finding an entry, and for real, you didn't get that one. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like I went in right here, right? Because we kind of closed below the inversion, right? So this was my entry right here, this candle. Put my stop right above the inversion at around like 50, right? I think at maybe like, yeah, I put it at 50 exactly. So 23,050, that was my stop, and the high of this candle was 2350.5. So 2 ticks I got stopped by, and then we just kind of, it was so choppy though. It was so choppy initially, and then we finally get the move. So yeah. That's unreal. Okay, looking back, I think my mistake is I think my stop should have been right here. No. Yeah, it's all good. It's just the market. Okay, I realized my mistake now. I think my stop should have been up here actually. Stop should have been up here. Would have been chilling. Although I wasn't really expecting to hold this long. I probably would have gone like right here, so 1 hour right here. That would have been my trade. And then try to hold runners. So this could have been like a nice another 1.5 hour, but maybe 2 hour. But yeah, see why I'm not taking a short down here. I'm not re-entering shorts is because it's like we're in between two areas that it could kind of reverse from or do whatever, and I don't know which one we want to do. If okay, the only way I would take a short now is if we get close to this level, right? So now if we continue to push down towards this level and we get close, any opportunity that we get a retrace right here, I will take a short into this, right? But when we're up here, right, I don't know if we just reverse upwards, right? So that's why I don't take a trade here. I would take a long if we close above over here and stuff, right? And then just I don't expect this to go all the way back up, but I mean that totally could happen, but I wouldn't take a short is what I'm saying, like at this level, right? It's because it's a 50-50 within this area and I don't know what it is, right? I'd rather wait when we get closer to a level, because at least now I know the draw on liquidity, right? That's the biggest thing, is like now if I'm seeing price action right here and we're trading towards this low, I know the draw on liquidity is this low, so I would position myself for shorts, right? And then try to take a trade into that level. But now that we're like over here, it's like we swept all this liquidity right here. We could reverse, or we could continue to dump. I don't know. So I'd rather take the, what is it, like let's say 70 to 80% chance it'll dump. Hold up. I'd rather take the 70 or 80% chance it'll follow through right here, right? Within this area. If it's like over here, right? I'd rather take this 70 to 80% win rate. Not win rate, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like probability wise, rather than the 50% right here, right? I'm only getting probably a 50% like at this point over here, I'm just guessing where I think price is gonna go, right? But if I'm like down here, that's why I don't care about premium or discount, right? Because when we're in premium or discount, let's say there's like a swing high, right? So let's say we do something like this. Oh wait, no, that looks terrible. Let's say this is the swing high, right? Let's say this is like the market structure, right? If we're pushing like this, right? I don't care that we're in premium or discount, right? We're way in premium in this level, right? But I don't care because I know, I don't want to say I know, right? Because like there's nothing guaranteed in the markets, but I have a higher probability of guessing that we're gonna go towards the swing high because kind of market structure is drawing towards this level. I don't, even though we're in premium, right? I don't mind taking a trade, right? Because like for me, it's more probabilities than RR. Like I'd rather take like I could take a negative RR trade on this. I wouldn't mind, because at least I know, you know, I have an idea that like we probably want to draw towards that level, if that makes sense. But yeah, see, now we're just, once we get to that -4 standard deviation, we're just kind of chopping around. Price doesn't know what I want to do. That's why I scaled out all, where did I scale? I scaled right here, I think. Yeah, I scaled right here, unfortunate. I should have held, how many extra points would have this been? Yeah, this would have been an extra like 250, or sorry, like 500 points or dollars. But yeah, I'll probably just stream for like another 15-20 minutes, see if I can find another trade. If not, I'm okay going 1 for 1 on the day. I am still down on the day, but it's totally fine. I'm not always gonna have insane days and shit. The important thing is at least we had the right idea, right? So you know it's going to be that buy side liquidity because the market goes for liquidity. Exactly, brother. Welcome aboard. Once you can figure out, I don't know if you watched my strategy. Okay, so I released a strategy video on my channel a while back, and I didn't realize how bad it was because I'm just like, you'll just hear all me just going on these, not tangents, but like, I have all those filler words. I'm like, I'm like, there's not really structure. I mean, I tried to structure that YouTube video, right? But I feel like I should just make a quick and concise video next time where I just like go over that. But yeah, the biggest thing that I will tell you is understand that bias, right? Bias and drawn liquidity, in my opinion, is completely different. These are two completely different things, right? And let me give you a quick rundown what I mean. Let's say like on the 1 hour, right? Let's say on the 1 hour we're pushing like this, right? Let's say this is what the market structure looks like on the 1 hour, right? But if you zoom in, right? So like right here, right? Bias, easily you could identify is bullish, right? You don't even have to look, right? As soon as you see it, you just say, oh yeah, we're probably bullish, right? That's the bias, right? Oh, it's good, you did watch it? Yeah. So yeah, you just know the difference between bias and drawn liquidity. If you zoom into this part right here, right? Let's zoom in, right? And let's say oops. Let's say that this is this part right here, right? Like on this time frame, I would probably be bearish because like we have all this liquidity. I want to see us kind of sweep it before we continue the bias, right? Another thing is like you could wait for them both to align, so you could wait for the sell-off part right here, right? You could wait for us to sell off first and then maybe try to find an inversion and then take a trade to the upside, right? Because now once you start flipping, right, the drawn liquidity wouldn't be bearish anymore. It would probably be this swing high bullish, right? So now you have both aligning, and then your best trades are when both align, right? There you go. Yeah, we are so choppy, bro. But yeah, we still have those two scenarios. Like I said, if we get closer to this level down here, I will try to find a trade short. But it's just ES doesn't want to fall off, brother. There we go. We're finally getting a move, maybe. Ideally, I kind of want to see us just kind of hold just a little bit longer right here. Maybe hold this fair value gap and then dump. So I kind of want this 1 minute candle. The best case scenario right now is we hold this 1 minute right here. I don't want to see us pushing. This 1 minute candle, I don't want to see us pushing yet. I just want to see us chilling right here for a little bit, and then I want to see the next candle open up, quickly tap this level, and then dump. That's the best thing that could happen right now. Okay, how do you know the market is going to take that one liquidity and not the lower one? You don't. That's why you don't. You just have to be in the trade, put risk on, and then, you know, once you get break even, it's either you hit that TP or you have more conviction in the trade and you just hold. That's pretty much it. Yeah, Woom's already on it. When you're trading, you gotta like put on risk to, you know, see the rewards, right? You can't just, there's no such thing in trading as like only upside, right? You have to put some skin in the game, if that makes sense, to see the rewards. It's kind of like blackjack or sorry, not blackjack, was it poker? You gotta have some money in the game to see the next hand and stuff. So okay, so this is kind of what I was talking about, right? But I don't, for me, so now the way I would take a trade is if we get I like this tap, right? I don't want to see us pushing any higher. I want to see a confirmation candle, right? I want to see a strong candle close. So now I'm waiting for a 1 minute candle close out of this level to confirm in my mind that we're gonna hold this level, right? I don't think we're gonna do it though. Oh shoot. Okay, scratch that. But if, okay, let's say the best case scenario would have been we retrace right here, right? And I get a confirmation candle, so it'll look something like this. So let's say we get this fair value gap, right? And the way I would take a trade is if we get like a candle like this. Say we tap into it and we get a candle like this, a full candle close, right? I don't want to see any wicks at the bottom, right? If we get it like a wick like this, I wouldn't probably enter. I want to see like either like a little wick or no wick at all, right? And we get a candle close out of it. Now it's telling me we want to go for this London low, and then I would take another short. But you see how we're kind of reversing right now? It kind of saves you. So now, like, drawn liquidity probably could be these highs short term, right? You could see, because now we inverse this fair value gap right here, right? You probably could see us aim for these swing highs on the short term, right? On the lower time frame. So now I'm seeing two different things, right? Because now once you get this, right? Once you sweep all this liquidity, maybe we re-enter, right? Or not sorry, I didn't mean re-enter. Maybe another scenario could be, okay, this is maybe another opportunity for shorts, right? If the short-term drawn liquidity, you see how like the drawn liquidity keeps changing, right? I was pretty much bearish up until this point right here, right? Once we got to this candle right here, my drawn liquidity switched, right, to these highs. I literally called that real time, right? I literally called it before this even happened, right? I said the drawn liquidity is probably going to be these swing highs, right? How did I know that? Is because just how the price action is moving, right? What's being respected, what's being disrespected, right? We saw that this inversion got disrespected. That's probably a bullish sign, right? But I don't expect us for this to be the entire push. I don't expect this to be the start of like a bullish move, if that makes sense, right? I think this is just on the lower time frame, a bearish move, or sorry, a bullish move to be bearish, right? So now we retrace into this fair value gap, right? We swept all this liquidity on the upside, right? So now I could be looking for shorts, but I would be bullish if we kind of close above here, right? So if we continue to push right here, I would probably switch my bias to like, sorry, not my bias, my drawn liquidity to like this high up here, right? But because we're kind of just here right now, I don't know what we want to do. But if we could close below back down, then I'd probably take a short right here somewhere. Oh, what up, Jamie? It's been a while, brother. I haven't seen you in a while. Nice reaction from the 4-hour Wick CE. Yep, we were looking at that earlier. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Really nice. Plus, we're all-time highs. Like, you know, we could probably just be bearish from that as well. Not all-time highs, but like trading near all-time highs. Although, if that's the case, I'd probably be bullish overall. But yeah, we'll see. Good stuff, brothers. Good stuff. Yeah, I wish I could like stream every day, but like I get home from like work around like 9 or 10, and then by the time I just like clock out, and since I'm in California, right, I gotta wake up at 6:30 to trade, bro. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta wake up at 6:30 to trade, bro. So that's why I don't stream often. Only like was it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Well, Friday I just kind of stick it out, but Wednesday, Friday I don't have work. Or Wednesday, Thursday. So I think new conditions for my trading right now is if we could probably, do we have a 5-minute? Well, I guess a good sign would be if we could close above. We kind of close above, right? The 1 minute, or sorry, the 5 minute on the 1 minute, right? So this 5 minute fair value gap, if we could kind of close above on the 1 minute, that'd be a good sign for longs. Another thing is I'd probably need to see this get closed above as well. So those two things need to happen. So now you need probably, for me to be long, an impulse candle like this that closes above all that, right? Not only that, I wouldn't I wouldn't aim crazy. Like I would hold like this is like gonna be the point of reversal. The only reason I'm not like too keen on like holding like let's say all the way up here is because we didn't sweep London low yet, right? If we if we swept London low, then I'd have no problems holding all the way up here. But like if we didn't sweep it and we're pretty close to the London low, I'd only aim for smaller targets like this high right here, or maybe like these highs. But the fact that we didn't sweep London is probably telling me that, you know, either we still want London lows, or I wouldn't, you know, you shouldn't aim home runs if that makes sense, because there's still some obstacles in the way, right? There's some unfinished business, right? And for that reason, I probably wouldn't have confidence in longs or holding for longs. But nice reaction out of the fair value gap, top 50%, about kind of closing below. So now possible re-entries for short. This is what we're kind of looking at earlier. I think my conditions for a short right here is maybe closing below this fair value gap. You probably could enter right here going early, but it's just the risk would be better, but the probability is probably a little bit lower, because now we could bounce off this fair value gap. But if we don't and we kind of close below, that'd be a good sign for me at least to re-enter shorts. We'll see. So you see how we're kind of reacting here just a little bit. It's not too big of a worry, but I'm just saying that it's better to have all the obstacles out of the way first and then enter your trade, so you don't have to worry about it, right? So for me, I'd probably enter something like this and then maybe hold for the London lows. I don't know, something like this. It's just if ES is willing to not fuck around and stuff. I like it though. I think ES has the potential to fall off still, because we have like these relatively equal lows, right? I think it has the potential for short still. But you see, this is exactly why I take confirmation candles instead. So it's either we get a close below, or out of a fair value gap we get a confirmation candle. Those are the two ways I take a trade. Now here I might enter early if we get a confirmation out of here, right? This candle instead. So this fair value gap right here, right? The candle that I'm looking for is just a full body candle close out of it. So you see how there's like a top wick? I don't really like that. I mean, this is exactly what I would be looking for right here. This candle right here. You see that how there's like no bottom wick at all? What that's telling me is there's no buying pressure back up near the end of that candle close, right? It's just a solid, nice follow through candle that just closed. So now I probably expect the next couple candles to close like that, or close bearish, but that's not the candle I'm quite looking for. For me, there's like the candle I'm looking for is pretty much no wicks at all in anything. I'll give you the perfect example actually. Like this, if we got this candle right here, I'd be so happy, like out of this fair value gap, right? You see how there's like little to no wicks. Maybe like another candle like this, like out of that fair value gap, that would have been really nice. I just want to see a nice clean follow through, right? But we'll just see. No trade yet though. It's interesting though, because now we're holding this BPR down here plus the fair value gap, right? So the BPR fair value gap down here, even though we just inverse this fair value gap, we're kind of pushing back up. So now kind of giving mixed signals again, right? If we close above here, could be bullish, could be. So this is exactly the confirmation candle I'm looking for, right? Out of a fair value gap. You see, so let's say we're in a bullish, or we retrace into a bullish fair value gap, or maybe a BPR or whatever, right? The candle that I'm looking for is literally this candle right here, right? I would enter right here and then pray to God, you know, just let the trade do its thing, right? That's really nice, but like just given the scenario, I probably wouldn't enter off of this candle, right? Because we're inside another inversion as well. So now like I'd have to see us close above for me to take a long, right? But I'm probably now seeing that this probably is going to be the drawn liquidity right now. And ES is just really strong, huh? ES doesn't really want to sell off, so. Pushing for the high. Nothing seems good right now, I'm not gonna lie, it's just really choppy. So another thing that I would say is if you're trading in a zone where you're just constantly getting both of these signals, like buy and long signals, right? Where we're not respecting either fair value gap, just stay out of it. It's not a good idea to trade it. So like, even though this looks like a good long right here, right? Probably into this high, I probably wouldn't take it still. It's just like, cause we're getting like short and then we're getting long, like it's not clear, right? If that makes sense. It's just better to wait for like a really obvious move than take the trade. We can still aim for this like drawn liquidity. I do believe that this could be the current drawn liquidity, right? And then we do something like this maybe. But like I said, if we close above over here, then probably could still see higher. Kind of the scenario we're in right now. Nothing to do. You see? So like if you enter long, you gotta understand, like, even though this was the drawn liquidity, right? It's just like we're in an area where, let's say, so we had one. That's not what I meant. 2, 3, 4, 5 different fair value apps, and it's kind of like not getting respect. None of them are getting really respected, right? Okay, there you go. I guess the drawn liquidity is gonna finally play out, but get that drawn liquidity. There you go. See? Okay, so we get the drawn liquidity. Now kind of just seeing what happens now. We are in this fair value gap that we were mentioning earlier. Like I said, if we close above this fair value gap, I'd probably be long. I'm just kind of looking still though. Well, we swept that drawn liquidity. Man, ES really does not want to take this low, huh? I guess there was a SMT for sure. Actually, no SMT. Pushing now. A 5-minute, 15-minute. Not really anything on the 15. Like I said, it's just not the cleanest because we didn't sweep this London low. I'm just like, as much as I want to go long, I probably will still go long. It's just, damn, we could have just swept the London low at least and then gone, but. Because like I said, there's like unfinished business down here that I don't, that we could at any point just dump down and finish it off. That's the only thing I'm scared of. But it's showing all signs, I guess, to the upside. BPR right here held the BPR, inverse this bearish fair value gap. So potential trade I could have taken. Definitely, I was definitely pretty close to pulling the trigger. I did not. Is something like this. one break even right here, right? So I guess you would have been tagged break even right here just now. Either you scaled out or you went break even right there, and then try to hold runners. But I think I would have gotten tagged break even. Oof. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just so scared to take longs because ES. Bro, look at these like equal lows. We're building liquidity like this, right? We're building, what is it called? High resistance liquidity, right? Building high resistance liquidity. I feel like whenever ES decides to finally snap, NQ is just gonna fall off as well. So even though I like longs, right? It's just like I don't know if I can just eventually pull the trigger. But that's just what trading is, right? It's you gotta have conviction and just put on the trade, put on money, take the trade. Or I could just be down on the day and, you know, be chilling. That also works. I'm down 250. Even though I went 1 for 1. I did size heavier though on that trade because I really liked it. I thought we were gonna get insane follow through. We didn't. I mean, we got follow through kind of, but not really. Man, that's such an unfortunate trade, bro. I got stopped by 2 ticks, bro. Half a point, I got stopped out. No point in dwelling in it though. Nothing. Boring. Check out what's going on Twitter. Missed this Walmart ball, everybody. Yeah, nice trade, sure. Holy. Crazy. Still haven't moved. Oh my god. Please. Yep, that's what I'm saying, bro. That Patrick Wheelan guy, me and Woom were talking about him last week. $1 million a month on affiliates. Oh my god, bro, that's disgusting. That's disgusting, bro. Not even from trading. I mean, Patrick still gets money from trading, but like that, $1 million a month on affiliates is disgusting, no? It's like low affiliate money, bro. One M, the big capital M, brother. $1 million a month. Holy shit, bro. I'm trying to get to that level. Bro. Anyways, nice push up. This was my condition for a trade, right? We're finally getting it. Kind of close above here. Once we close above here, I'll probably aim for this swing high up here, unless we take it, which I hope we don't. Oh shit. I'm not gonna enter now. That's kind of not good. The trade or making $1 million a month on affiliates? Which one? Yeah, that's kind of not good. All right, bro. Come back when you make another $1 million a month. I wonder if you're gonna be saying that. Dude, if I'm making $1 million a month, bro, I'm eating steak every night, bro. Holy shit. I'm eating steak. I'm gonna be the most degenerate person ever, bro. Holy shit, bro. That's ridiculous. Bro. Okay, probably not. I'm sure that's like, okay, it's not all affiliates, but I'd say more than like 50-60% of his income is affiliates. For sure. Because he has another business as well. Probably he invests, I think. I'm sure he makes more than just whatever. But yeah, I think I might go ahead and end stream soon. I heard most YouTube gurus don't make money from trading. I guess that's partly true because they're more about selling a lifestyle or course or whatnot. They have a different business model. Like they use trading as their whole gimmick, I guess, and then get people to buy a course or whatnot. I guess is more business side than trading than anything. Or I don't know if it's a scam, but I did get scammed from when I was trading Forex by some guy. Not like I guess I fell for the scam. I believe it's like both parties' fault, right? You as the consumer should be more educated on what you're buying, right? As well as like being informed and all that. But at the same time, there's douches out there that just be selling some bullshit fucking course and charging some oh my god, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't have any good experiences with courses. I bought one course in Forex and decided that it wasn't for me, and then stopped trading Forex and then went to futures. The futures space, I will say, is a lot better, but like you still get some scummy people. But yeah, I will pretty much end the stream right here. Thank you for tuning in, Eddie. Nice chatting with you. I will be back tomorrow as well as Friday. But yeah, went 1 for 1 today. I'm still kind of sad, I'm not gonna lie, on this trade right here. Got stopped out by half a point, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, back at it again tomorrow. I will see you later, brother.